And we're talking now an unbelievable story about eighth graders forced in front of their class to reveal their sexual history. That's right. Here's what happened. The teens were asked a series of questions about what they think is appropriate and what they have done sexually, and then they were first to go in. There were sort of signs across the room. Go in front of the sign that reflects what you think is appropriate, and then head on over to what you had done. Yeah. The sign said smiled at, hugged, kissed above the waist, below the waist, and all the way, like you're seeing there. Now, Jason, if your child, and these were eighth graders, if your child were asked to do this and you're the parent, well, how would you react?
Teachers aren't going to listen to me, so I would just probably go to another school, because whoever's in charge of that school are a bunch of morons. Because if you put a 14-year-old under a sign where she says, I've gone all the way or above or below the waist, everybody in school now knows.
Yeah.
If I was to say, everyone, all the boys stand up, who thinks they could win a fight? That's bad. This is 1,000 times worse.
I totally agree. The middle school says, quote, the parents sign permission slips for the class and look at the curriculum prior. The purpose, I understand they were trying to open lines of communication between parents and students about dating expectations, but they went beyond that, Michelle. They made the kids reveal their sexual histories.
I'm sure that this was not included in the curriculum that they were given. This is such a stupid idea. We have so many kids graduating high school who can't even read or write in America, and yet this is what we're doing. We're having kids stand behind signs that say that they've gone all the way. If the teacher really wanted to do this, why wouldn't she have the children fill out an anonymous survey online or what have you, and then collect the data and show it anonymously? You don't do this. What kind of teachers are these people?
Yeah, it's absolutely outrageous, because these poor 13, 14-year-olds, how embarrassing. So they're essentially being shamed. They're subject to ridicule from their peers. If they say that they've gone all the way, then they could be called a slut. If they said they didn't do anything all, then they'd be called a prude. It's absolutely not okay.
Yeah, Jacqueline, I feel like the teacher must have had an agenda. You know, sometimes people don't really think about the children and what's good for them. They feel like it's an agenda. We have to talk about sex and sexuality. We have to make this conversation open, and that's the teacher's agenda, not what's good for the child.
Yeah, I know my teenage self, I would have been mortified. I mean, I was a virgin throughout all of high school, and so if someone made me say what I had done, I would have totally freaked out. And then there's peer pressure. It's just so much. I think teenagers are so vulnerable as it is, that putting that kind of pressure.
Jacqueline, you're bringing up an interesting point here, is that, by revealing that a child is a virgin, she feels shamed about being a virgin and encouraged to give up her virginity. I mean, it cuts both ways. They're either shamed, Jason, as a result of having gone all the way, or if they are conservative with their values, they're shamed for that as well.
Exactly.
Girls don't talk about who they play around with. It's rude. I think if you're that age, it's not even the parents' deal. You can't tell anybody. That's your body. It's your thing. Don't let it out until you feel comfortable about it. Definitely not at school with a sign over my head. Are you out of your mind?